Welcome back to another book review episode. Today I will be talking about the book that asks the question: how far are you willing to go to save a loved one? I'm of course talking about the book Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Wait, it's on the wrong way up. Yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave this in the video. And like always, let's start with the book cover. As you can see, this book cover is a bit special, you could say. And this is a Slovenian translation. It's an older print. It's from 1989. So yeah. When I tell you that this book is from the time of Yugoslavia, I'm not lying to you. Anyway, yeah, like I said, the cover is a bit special. It's really yellow, as you can see. Do I like this book cover? I guess. I mean, it's kind of a love-hate relationship. I like that it's unique. It looks hand-drawn, but at the same time, it's I don't know. It's complicated. Like I love it, but I also hate it. It's complicated. So yeah, this is a dark book by Stephen King. So if you are looking for a darker material that you want to read during the Halloween season, this one is a must-read. And yeah, basically at one point it just spirals down really into some messed up stuff. So yeah, it gets pretty dark pretty quickly at some point, especially in the second half. So what is this book about? Well, it talks about the Creed family. It's, you know, your typical small American family with parents and two kids and a cat. The cat's name is Churchill. And they move to a small town in Maine. And right next to their house is this busy main road with a lot of heavy truck traffic. And keep that in mind, it gets really important later in the book. And behind their house is a mysterious forest with a pet cemetery where local kids gather to bury their dead pets. And yeah, their neighbor from across the road, I forgot what his name is, but let's just call him Billy. Billy, he warns them that that place is cursed and that they should not go to that forest. But for some reason, he takes them there anyway and shows them, oh, you know, this is the pet cemetery. And yeah, they don't like it there except for the father of the family. I think his name is Louis Creed. Yeah, I think so. And yeah, he gets kind of obsessed with that cemetery behind their house. And then one day, tragedy hits. You know, I'm not gonna tell you what happens, but the father in the family, the Louis, he's home alone, and his neighbor, you know, decides to take him to tell him a little secret about that pet cemetery. And you know that this place is kind of special in some way. I'm not gonna tell you what happens, but maybe you already know. And yeah, at that point things start to go downhill really fast. Well, not that fast, but in the second half they go downhill really fast. The second half of the book. And yeah, Louis becomes even more obsessed with that cursed place, and yeah, that's where the troubles in this book began. Now, what's good about this book is that it's not your typical monster book, you know, monster Halloween horror book. It's more like a creepy atmosphere, the suspense, the things slowly you know, just piling up, and the suspense is just piling up, and the atmosphere, it's getting more and more creepy. The situation is more and more dire, and it's the suspense, you know. Well, there's actually one monster in this book, but it's kind of a cameo. It appears on a few pages, and it's like relevant to the story, but at the same time it's not that relevant to the story. You will see what I mean if you read the book. Like there's one monster, but it's only appears on a few pages in this long book. And another thing that Stephen King really does well in this book is the characters. I think that all the characters in this book are fantastically written. They're really good. You feel for them, you care for them, like they are written in such a good way. Especially that one chapter when Louis and his kid Gage are building like a kite, and they are like it's windy outside and they are flying that kite, and that chapter is so well written, like it's just perfect, like so good. And especially what happens after that chapter, it like just hits you right in the feels, man. Like, oh, it's so good written, You just need to read it to understand what I'm talking about. And now about the ending, I'm not gonna tell you what happens in the end, but I did read online that some people were not happy with the ending, and some people were. And it's like 50-50, you either like it or you hate it. For me, the ending was actually pretty good, for me personally. It just opens a few questions, it left a few questions unanswered, especially what happens to some of the characters after this book. And from what I know, there's no part 2, so it just left to your imaginations. And yeah, the ending is also a bit fucked up, you could say, like something like that. I think I'm not sure, but I think the ending in the movie Pet Sematary is a bit different from the book. I never saw that movie, so I'm not completely sure. Yeah, the ending is a bit open-ended, you are not really sure what happens after the story ends with our main protagonists. And yeah, like I said, it's left for your imagination. You either like that or you don't like it. Now, some small things that I didn't like in this book, that some small complaints that I have about this book, is there are some pacing issues. Like, it's not too bad, but especially when they are walking in that forest, when they are going to that cemetery, it just drags on a little bit too much. And other than that, I think the pacing is alright, especially in the second half of the book. Another thing that I didn't like, this is not really how to say it, it's not really like book related, it's more related to one of the characters. I don't like how Louis Creed, our main protagonist, how like his relationship with the family cat, especially after the stuff that happens, he's kind of an asshole to that cat, Like, when I was reading this book, I was just going, man, I wish I could just punch him in the face, Why is he such an asshole to the poor cat, The cat didn't do anything wrong, If anything, he fucked him up, And yeah, like, I'm a big cat lover, I'm a big cat person, and I really didn't like how Louis Creed was acting like such a big asshole to the cat for no reason. And yeah, I think that's like the main complaint I have about this book. And one final thing I would also like to add is this, that I read this on the internet, that you need to read this book twice, actually. One time before you have kids, and then one time after you have kids, when you are a parent, because from what I understand, after you become a parent, when you have your own children, this book hits differently. You know, it's creepy and it's horrible in a different kind of way. And after reading it, I kind of understand what they were going for it when they said this. And personally, I don't have children yet, so I think it would be interesting in the future when I have my own family to read it again to see if it's really more horrible then than it is now. But yeah, this is more or less it for my Pet Sematary book review. And now, like we always do, let's rate it from 1 to 10. And I think this is one of the better Stephen King books that I've read so far. I didn't read like that many Stephen King books. I have them all there on my shelf. You can see it. Maybe I will show my bookshelf one time on camera. Not today. And where was I? Yeah, one of the better ones that Stephen King wrote, for me, at least, from what I read. And we are so lucky because I read online that he almost never, he didn't plan to publish this book like ever, but like he didn't have any other stories to publish at the time, so you know, he was just left with this one and he had to publish it. And yeah, I think it's a really good book. It's dark, it's creepy, it's good for Halloween if you are reading in Halloween season. So I would rate this book a well-deserved 9.5 out of 10. So 9.5 out of 10 for Pet Sematary. And you are probably wondering why I didn't give it 10 out of 10. It's because how Louis Creed was acting toward the family cat. Yeah, so he was just an asshole, man. That guy is just an asshole to the cats. Anyway, that's enough for my rambling today. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next book review video. Bye bye.